And for a park that is going to be off of a lot of people's radar, this is Mainstay Farm on the southwest side of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They are mostly open for the fall festival, although they do at Christmas and Easter time also. But this is going to be their most popular time, as it is for most places. They do have a roller coaster here, of course. That's why I'm here. Not exactly sure where it is, but I'll find it. It's a kiddie coaster. It is a bit overpriced if you're coming just for the roller coaster, but this is another thing where I've saved money in other ways, so it's all right. In fact, I'm here for something not related to roller coasters at all, and on that I have saved about $150 by doing it a different way. So I'll put some of those savings into this very expensive park. This is more expensive than Yesterland Farm, but I also know that they do a flash sale also, just like Yesterland Farm does. And I did not get in on the flash sale for this because I did not know whether or not I wanted to do this one. Yesterland Farm, for sure I wanted to do. This all looks cool. Yeah, animatronic too. That's pretty cool. I like Yesterland Farm a lot as a whole, but I don't remember seeing anything like this there. This is pretty cool. This place is way bigger than I thought it would be. To get to the roller coaster, after coming through the entrance, you go to the right, then you make a left turn, you get to the tubing hill, and then you go to the left of that, up on top of the hill. You still won't see it, past the playground, and it's over here. So you got to go quite a ways to get to it. I did not realize that this farm would be as big as it is. There's a lot to do here, a lot of space to cover. That's pretty cool. Definitely a lot bigger place and a lot more to it than I thought there would be. Yeah, this looks like a miler coaster. Not E&F miler, but from the dad. Dipsy Doodle. And just like that, new coaster credit. So if you happen to be in the DFW area when Mainstay Farms is operating, which would be this fall season, weekends, Christmas season for a few weekends, not the entire season though. But you gotta check it carefully. They're not open every single day during that time. And Easter, I'm not sure what they do then. Not sure what their hours are for Easter, but if you happen to be in the area at the time, come on in, get a new coaster credit, and check out the whole place, because it looks like there's a lot to see and do here. I rode it again because I wanted to try the back row with a mostly full train. This is a back row ride. On the drop, you get some airtime with laterals. It's nothing substantial, but it is airtime. And then on the first drop on the backside here, get a little airtime, maybe a little over the hill there. And the airtime mixed with laterals on this first drop in the back are pretty good for a kiddie coaster. And this thing goes on forever and ever. Get a little airtime on that speed hill down there. Now keep your butt up. And by the way, you do not need to have a kid with you to ride the coaster, but the coaster does need to be operating. Oh, they got it back to the station there. Don't know what happened. They'll probably get it up and running soon. Yeah, they got the coaster running again. That wasn't long. do not know my gourds. But if this is something you're into, this is a great place to come. And of course, got the sheep and the goats you can purchase feed for. Well, the goats have a ramp on the inside there to go up and over, so they can be in the barn or outside, whichever one they want. They just gotta take the ramp. And I thought this one would be smaller and not as good as Yesterland Farm. I was wrong. This is definitely better than Yesterland Farm, and it's quite a bit bigger. And even though this only has one coaster compared to Yesterland's 4 coasters, the one coaster here is better than any of the 4 there. Now the total quantity of rides is not quite to the level of Yesterland Farm, but there's still enough to do along with all the other things. And if you get here early in the morning, you don't have lines. Lines are starting to build up now. It's 12:25. Lines will probably get really long as we move forward. Another thing is that if you show up early, they do have assigned parking, which I know is annoying, and it makes things move so much slower. The parking process takes a lot longer when there's assigned parking. But I guess they must have to do it that way because of how many people tend to show up here, I'm guessing. I'm seeing a lot of empty spots here. People run in early and then leave. And that's what I did. I thought I'd spend an hour, hour and a half here. Spent a little over 2 hours. And that was enough time to do everything that I wanted to do. I did the tubing 4 times. That was my favorite thing here. So I'd say if you're ever in the area, I recommend coming here if they happen to be open when you're here. So check their website, make sure they're gonna be open. I did not go to Six Flags Over Texas after Yesterland Farm yesterday. I was getting tired as I drove, so I just called it a day. This time I actually am going to Six Flags Over Texas, but then I got an evening event. So I'll probably just run in, get a meal, get a ride, and then leave. Wow, Six Flags traffic is backed up for miles. I'm leaving. I'm gonna just eat at Wendy's. So crazy to come down here and not even go to Six Flags at all.
Welcome to Mainstay. How y'all doing? Good. I'm Jaden. I'm gonna talk to you about the farm, how it came about. So the owners, Jim and Mary Ann, when they had their first child, they wanted to raise them on a farm. So they bought this land. It's 74 acres. When they bought it, they wanted to do something with it. So they did some research and came up with Christmas trees. They bought 1,000 of these trees and planted all 1,000 of them. When they did that, they realized, well, we're gonna need a name. So they went to the scripture. They went to 1 Corinthians 15:58. And it talks about standing firm in faith, standing firm in the Lord. So with that, they got the name Mainstay. A little bit later on, they joined an association called Texas Christmas Tree Growers Association. And when they went to one of their first meetings, they learned that the bamboo stick you plant with the Christmas tree when you first plant it, it's called a mainstay. So help them out for it. They also learned it takes 6 to 10 years for a Christmas tree to be fully grown, ready to harvest. The best example we have out here is the 2 tall ones all the way in the back over there. Those are about 7 to 8 years old. They grow about a foot every year. When they realized it's going to take that long, they're like, well, we'll have to figure out something else to do in the meantime. So they decided to do vineyards, start making and selling some wine. They did that for a little bit and decided, well, we need something fun for the whole family, not just the parents. So they decided to buy some music rides, installed them, made them operational. And now we got Mainstay. Any questions?
Are these trees for sale?
They are. When we have our Christmas season, you can come down, chop your own tree down, take it home.